everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I am barefaced currently because we're going to be saving the end results for the end. We're going to be doing a matte versus dewy full face of makeup today. So half of my face is going to be dewy and the other half is going to be matte. I saw Jaclyn Hill do this about a year or two ago, and I have seen a couple other videos similar to this. But I just thought it would be really cool to do my own version, and I'm going to walk through the dislikes and likes about each side as I'm doing it. I kind of miss sitting down and doing my makeup because I feel like it's been a minute since I filmed a makeup tutorial. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so down below and give this video a thumbs up, and we'll go ahead and jump into this matte versus dewy full face of makeup. Alright, so I just put on my headband to keep my hair back a little bit and brought you guys in so that you can see more of what I'm doing. And I'm going to start out by priming the skin. I'm going to do, I think, this side of my face matte and this side dewy. So for the matte side, I'm going to take this little mini of the Hourglass Veil Primer. It's really small. This is in my project pan right now, which I will leave in a card in the corner so you guys can check that out if you want to. But I do want to use all the products that I can from my project pan so that I can just get them used up, even in makeup tutorials. This little mini one comes with like this little applicator thing, so I'm just swiping it all over the face, and I'm going to blend it out with my hands on this side. I really like this primer because it is very smoothing. I wouldn't say this primer is super mattifying, but it is definitely very smoothing, and I find out that these are the kinds of primers that do mattify your skin more, and it's not going to make it look super glowy or anything like that. And then for this side of my face, I'm going to use another product that is also in my project pan. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, and this is just a really pretty moisturizing base. It doesn't have any like glitters or shimmers in it. It's just a nice milky consistency, and it's really great for moisturizing. So this is what we're using on the dewy side. I already love how plump and moisturized this side of my face feels because it just feels so like cooling and plump, and I just love that feeling. You guys know I generally love dewy skin, but we're just doing a little bit of a test today. So now we're going to go straight in with foundation, and for the matte side I'm going to use my Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is in the shade 220 Natural Beige. This is more of my summer shade, but I am wearing a turtleneck and I'm a little bit more tan right now because I have been using like a self-tanning lotion. So hopefully it won't be too crazy. I'm going to use a beauty blender with this for both sides of my face just because that's the finish that I like, and it doesn't necessarily change the consistency or actual dewiness or matteness of the foundation, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to put some of this on the back of my hand. I'm going to take this with my finger and start just dotting it on this side of my face. And we're just starting with about that much. Start blending out. Might go in with just a little bit more, not too much, but I'll just take some on my finger. And then for the dewy side, we're going to go in with the Stila Aqua Glow Liquid Serum Foundation. This has like a little dropper, so I'll just drop it like directly onto the face. This is a super, super dewy foundation, like literally the most dewy foundation that I own, so I thought this would be perfect for this. Those are pretty close in shade, but maybe just a tiny bit off. I don't think you'll notice though once I finish the rest of my face. But already I can tell there's just something about dewy, plump skin that just really appeals to me. But this side is definitely a lot smoother and airbrushed and poreless looking. I don't know, there's just something about that matte finish that just doesn't appeal to me as much anymore. I just feel like the luminosity of this, like you can even tell probably on camera, like this is just, I don't know. But before I say too much, we're going to keep going, and I'm going to use the same concealer on both sides of my face. This is the NYX HD concealer, and this is in my project pan. It's literally practically gone. It's crazy how little there actually was in this, and I didn't even realize it. I'm just going to blend that out. And now we're going to go under the eyes. Blend that out edges with the butt of the Beauty Blender. Even though this is matte versus dewy, I am going to set both of my under eyes because not setting my under eyes is the biggest mistake I can make. So I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Just go under the eyes, just under the eyes on both sides of my face with this. I'm not going to set anywhere else on the dewy side. And then with that same powder, I'm going to take a brush and just set this entire matte side of my face. Okay, so we do have this side set now. I'm just gonna go over my dewy side with my sponge. Now that everything is set, I can definitely tell this side still looks more airbrushed, more smooth, and that Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation is really beautiful, so it definitely looks very natural still. The difference though with this side is that even though you can see my pores a little bit more, it still just looks so much more plump to me, and there's something about that plump, like luminous cheek area that really appeals to me. I don't know, it's personal preference completely. I am going to go ahead and prime the eyes now with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger. This is like kind of like a tacky clear formula. Just put it all over the eyes. It has a little bit of color to it, but then it blends out a lot more sheer. And I'm just going to grab an eyeshadow palette and do my eyes. I'm going to do this side completely matte, of course. And then on this side, I'm going to try to keep it mostly shimmery. We'll see how it goes. I'm just using my Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. This obviously was limited edition and it's not available anymore, but it is in my project pan, so I do want to try to use it up. And I'm just going to start by taking this big fluffy brush and taking the skin colored shade, this one right here, the matte skin colored shade. I'm just going to kind of set the lids with this. So run it all over the lid. And I'm going to add a little bit more of that skin colored or light whitish shade to the matte side because I'm going to be using this like as my base lid shade. So just applying a little bit more of that. And then I'm going to take that same brush actually, and I'm going to go into the crease with this shade right here. I know it's technically a matte, but I do want like a transition shade for this. So I'm putting this on both eyes. Alright, and then for the dewy side, I'm going to use my Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. This comes in like a stick form. And I'm just going to go right in and swipe this on the cheek on this side. I absolutely love this bronzer. These are actually like my two favorite bronzers, like my go-to, so maybe put a little bit on the side of the nose, just a tad. I'm going to blend that out. Now, for the dewy side of my face, believe it or not, I'm going to be using a lipstick. I actually love using lipstick as cream blush, and I have already before, and it works great if you know how to use it and you're using like the lipstick with the right formula. So this is a Maybelline lipstick. This is like a satin finish, I would say. This is in the shade Warm Me Up. So I'm just going to take this lipstick and I'm going to just dab it on the back of my hand, just like that. And then I will take my little e.l.f. brush and just go into that and start applying it to the cheeks on this side. And this just kind of has the same effect as that cream bronzer. It just basically, without having any shimmer or glitter, adds a luminous kind of look to the skin since it is a cream product. Alright, and then for the powder side, we're going to go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party. And I'm going to use a little brush and just tap into that. That's what this color looks like. I'm just going to dust that onto the cheeks. These are actually very similar colors, like blended onto the skin. You can't even tell necessarily that it's like a different shade of blush. So now we're going to go in with highlight, and I am going to just be highlighting one side of my face, obviously. I'm using this Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. I haven't used this in a really long time because I've been using so many of my other highlights, so I thought I would dip into this and use it today because it is absolutely beautiful. This is in the shade Precious Petals. I'm just going to take my highlight brush, start applying that right here. I have to keep me from going ham with the highlight because I am going to be applying way too much. I'm going to try to put some like on my nose on this side and a little bit on my chin right here, and then just a bit on the forehead right here, and just swirl it there in that area right above the brow. And it's just obviously a very subtle amount. And this side, like, I do really like it. I think it looks nice and smooth and pretty, but something about this side of my face just looks more finished, I guess. For sure, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'm going to do my brows now. Obviously, I'm going to do them the same. I'm going to use the Essence Make Me Brow, and this is just like a tinted brow gel. I'm going to run it through my brows for now. So there's that. I don't really find it necessary to film doing my brows, but I am going to use the NYX Precision Brow Pencil to fill in some sparse areas, just so you guys know what product I'm using. Wow, we're already ready for lips. It felt like this went really fast. I'm going to use this little stubby lip pencil. I love this lip pencil though. This is the Milani Statement Lip Liner in 04 All Natural. This is just a beautiful nude shade. So I'm going to completely line my lips with this, and then I will apply a gloss on the glowy side. So that is a very matte lip pencil, but we're going to go in with the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Stilo. I did do a video where I talked about this as a dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bomb, so I will leave that in a card up above. So I'm going to take this and put this on the right side of my lips. Or my right, your left, I guess. I'm not sure. The glowy side, basically. Alright, so I'm going to curl my lashes now. For some reason, I literally forgot up until this point to do mascara, and I don't know why. I'm just going to use my Maybelline Total Temptation, and I'll do this off camera probably, at least most of it. Man, forgetting mascara would not have been cool. So I'm just going to finish off with this Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray on this side. I don't have a mattifying setting spray, so we're just going to leave this how it is. I'm just going to spray this side a little bit. Alright, you guys, that is it. That is the finished look. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to show you guys kind of a close-up so you can see both sides. I just love how finished this side looks. I feel like it looks complete. It looks dewy and plump, and it's just definitely what I would more gravitate towards. But this side absolutely looks more airbrushed, more smooth, younger. I mean, there's definitely pros to this and things I like about it, for sure. This is just probably what I would gravitate towards. Even like the gloss. Something about a gloss. My lips are already feeling dry with just that lip liner on. It's kind of driving me nuts. But yeah, this is it. This is the finished full face of matte versus dewy. So let me know which side you like better. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I would love to know what you guys think. So that's it. Those are my final thoughts. Definitely think there's pros and cons to both, but this is just what I gravitate towards. I don't know though, I really like how smooth and like young and just like perfected this side looks. I don't know, it looks super flawless. It's really hard. This is my full face of matte versus dewy. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. For the question of the day, we're just gonna stick with that. Let me know which side you prefer in the comments, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!